What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel where I speak about self-sufficiency when it comes to physical, finance, and spiritual health. Today, I wanted to be a little vulnerable, a little transparent, because as I build my audience here, I want y'all to get to know me. And I also want y'all to have perspective that is transparent, perspective that is honest, because I don't want to give off a false image. The reason why I love speaking about the topics that I do is because the perspective that I gained on them. And that perspective, like I've said in multiple of my episodes, it's been earned in fun ways and in challenging ways. So I want to be honest in the sense of my natural state. And that is that I basically start off all of my days and my mornings and you know everything, every moment, my baseline is pretty much fear. And I don't think that that is what my soul is, but I think it is the baseline that my body has. And I think that I've picked it up from my youth. I've picked it up from the integral days of when my psyche was being put together. And the best way I can explain it is that throughout my days, there's this underlying level of anxiety. There's this kind of like underlying panic, this fear, to be very specific. Like sometimes I'm my, like this thought that creeps into my head is like an explosion. Like I always feel like an explosion is about to happen. And again, I want to be transparent. The way that I was raised, my household, there was there was explosions on a daily basis. There were arguments, there was shouting, there were verbal arguments. Um, you know, I experienced a lot in terms of like my mind when growing up never really felt safe. And that's why I'm so obsessed with being a pillar of safety and abundance, because it's what's helping me heal. And so my body is still in that world. My body is still healing from that panic, from that fear of always waiting for an explosion. What also happens is whenever I am in situations where I need to stand up for myself, I'm getting a lot better at this, by the way, especially over the last 6 months. Whenever I need to stand up for myself or whenever I need to speak up, my body gets very cold. I start to shiver and I start to yawn a lot because I get really nervous, and it makes it very hard for me to speak. And I kind of go into this panic mode and I get very emotional, and it makes it very hard for me. At least it used to make it very hard for me to stay rational. And I would silence myself because I felt that I was coming from a place of emotion, and therefore I felt it was best for me not to say anything. And again, I think this is a gift. I think that this is the reason why I've learned so much and why I can share so much. And it's because of what I've been through. Um, it's it's my greatest gift and my greatest curse, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. And so I really wanted to share that because one, it's how I heal. Like I've said in my previous videos, I heal through leadership. And because I also, like I said earlier, I don't want to give off this impression of perfection. I want to be kind of like vulnerable and naked on this cross. I want to self-sacrifice myself for the purpose of helping others rise. I want to earn a crown and then, break it apart just to kind of show people who they truly are through my own physical expression. And I think that is where my soul comes in. I'm a very optimistic, very lighthearted, very loving individual. And that soul combined with the physical trauma my body has gone through has created the person you see today. It wasn't easy being such a lighthearted individual in such a chaotic environment, but I believe it's the reason why I was able to survive it and persevere through it. And it now becomes my superpower. And, I believe that it's why I've had certain addictions in my life. I believe it's why I've had certain traumatic relationships in my life, different episodes and chapters of my life that were me essentially repeating trauma for the sake of trying to heal and transcend in it. And it's what makes me an amazing leader. And it's something that I'm still healing from. I because of you know the domestic violence that I was involved in. I was attacked during the summer. I had to move upstate. And through moving upstate, I had to find somewhere to live, and I lived on some land with a very nice lady that had horses, and so I worked with these horses in exchange for to get paid. And working with horses taught me a lot about how to handle my fear, how to handle that underlying fear that I didn't really know how to express. And it really was courage. I didn't feel I wasn't blessed with the blessing of learning these lessons from my parents, but I am blessed in the sense of like my soul has a mother and a father. I believe that God is my father and the earth is my mother, my spiritual parents. And through the earth and through this mother and through the guidance and synchronicities of my father God, I was led to these horses, these teachers. And these horses taught me how to stand up for myself as a prey animal. And it wasn't from a place of aggression, it was from a place of boundaries. Watching a little pony stand up for itself will teach you a lot. Having to establish your territory on a horse that's like 1,500 pounds, just so you could do your job and in the morning. And what was going through my head very specifically was like, okay, I'm working with these horses, and these horses, this horse, this one specific horse, is getting in the way of me having a smooth morning. And I'm with my partner Jax, and I don't necessarily want to feel this fear in the morning. I know how I want to feel in my mornings, and here I am being triggered by this horse. And I had to stand up for myself. I had to establish boundaries with this horse and respectfully tell it where it could not go, and that taught me a lot about what to do with my fear and how to do it in a respectful manner. And, we have lessons like this all through life. It's really about listening. And I really do try my best to listen. For a long time, that fear kept me from listening. That fear kept me from having faith in a reality that was greater than what I could ever imagine. I used to be in this state of reserve, in this state of always being on my toes, a state of anger, almost like rejecting my environment. And the more that I traveled through reality, the more that I understood myself and my spirit, and the more that I allowed God and the spirituality of the universe to enter my being, to enter my reality, I was able to feel the frequencies and feel the information of this abundance, of this thought of like, whoa, like what if I'm still in a womb? What if my mind and my consciousness is still in a womb and it's still learning? And this trauma that was blessed onto me is something that I can hold on to and use as a teacher. It's a gift, it's a project, it's an assignment. And when I started to develop and process that thought, more messages and more clarity started to come in. And again, I'm still working through these lessons. I'm still surrendering to that thought and surrendering to my teachers. But I can tell you that the fight and the battle of clearing and healing my body is not a linear path. If you go through my channel, you'll see multiple seasons of me trying to pursue my dream. And the periods where I go blank, the periods where I go dark, those were quite literally chapters of darkness. And they were beautiful. They created the man that you guys see in front of you now. But it's a testament to how, you know, challenging my life has been, and how I'm just like everyone watching this video. I'm just like you. Life can sometimes pull us towards this fantasy that, we want to be perfect and that other people are perfect, but that's not true. And the more that we can accept our own darkness, and the more that we can embrace that darkness and turn it into light on the inside with love, the more stability, the more clarity, and the more self-sufficient we can all become, the better leaders we can become. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video, again, was a video of transparency and honesty. Like I said, I'm still battling through these stages of healing, but I want to remind you, just like I remind myself, the difference between courage and confidence is that confidence feels good. I have to be courageous. I have to seek. I have to chase and attract and become the vessel that attracts what I'm looking for. And that is very uncomfortable. I have to get out of bed, and it takes effort to fill my mind up with positive thoughts. It takes effort, but that effort is so worth it. And when you build your reality brick by that, you will see the results. So I hope this video gives you confidence, gives you reassurance, and I hope that you too can maybe develop a different relationship with the fear that you have inside. So if you guys haven't already and you're new to this channel, please subscribe. It helps out this channel. I'd love to welcome you into our community. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, as it does help the channel. We've been posting now for about 2 weeks straight, every single day, which is awesome. I feel really good. I feel really strong. I actually just finished my workout, so I'm staying super consistent. And I feel really, really good about this new campaign. And I'm feeling super grateful for y'all, which is why I wanted to make this video. If you guys have anything to share, please share in the comments. I'd love to see your thoughts. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.